Hello guys, welcome back to Rosie Gaming video. This is the first video that I'm actually talking. Like 3 months that I've not been talking in my videos. So today, my first time. So let's look at the video. Today we are going to solve 13 riddles that will test your brain speed. So let's check it.
Dr. Lewis found the footage of a fancy dinner where a famous actress was almost poisoned. He analyzed the video and came to a quick conclusion of who was the culprit. Take a look at the image. Can you figure out who tried to poison the celebrity?
It's the second one because she's wearing gloves and her food looks presentable.
The picture clearly shows that the second lady was the culprit. You see, the lady decided to wear gloves so she wouldn't get poison on her hands and poison herself. Besides, if you were to poison someone, you would have to make the food look presentable. And if you take a look at the first lady's soup, it looks pretty terrible. Alex needed to get across a park in the middle of the night. He walked fast until out of nowhere a hooded man came up to him and knocked him out. The next day, Alex went to the closest police station to file a report. When he got there, the police were interrogating 3 suspects, Ben, Michael, and Bernie. The detective gave each of them a marker and asked them to write down their names. As soon as they finished, he arrested the right person. How did the officer know who to arrest?
When you see Ben and Michael are using the left side to right, but Bunny is using the right side, and the culprit was being beaten the left side. So I think the third person is the one who beaten him. Let's see.
The test wasn't all that random after all. Alex was hit from the right side, so the police were trying to figure out who was left-handed. And among these 3 guys, the only left-handed one is Bernie. On a moonless night, Mary decides to watch a horror movie before going to bed. She passes out on her couch, and the next thing she knows, she wakes up in a haunted castle. She hears a screeching place. She walks carefully to the kitchen, where she finds 3 suspicious meals ready to be eaten. Take a look at the plates. Can you help Mary figure out which of these plates is poisoned?
The French fries looks good, but the beef is like removing a bad. She think it's the beef.
So the French fries look relatively okay. The cake has a spider climbing on top
but
of it.
That spider you can just remove and eat. But the beef
meat has a strange
has a
liquid
soup.
coming out of it. That's the
That
one
means
that's
it's
probably
inside
poisoned.
of it.
The airport police are having a lot of trouble these days. Many convicts escape prison. They're trying to leave the country as fast as they can. Take a look at this image. You gotta figure out ASAP who the fugitive is.
Look at the poster here. Let me show you guys. Look at this poster here. If you zoom in, this hair looks like straight, but this woman doesn't have like straight hair. I think it's this one. Yeah. And this one, it looks like she's in a hurry, but I think it's this one. This one. So let's see.
It's the lady on the right. Although the woman in the wanted poster is blonde, she must have dyed her hair brown to try to get through security. But her lips and freckles are exactly the same as in the picture. Something weird happened to Johnny's wedding day. He was busy tackling some last-minute problems when he slipped on a banana peel. How comical. He hit his head pretty strongly, but when he woke up, he didn't know where he was. He lost his long and short-term memory. And there were 4 different brides in front of him, but he didn't know who his real bride was. Take a look at the image. And first of all, try to rule out which of these brides is actually life-threatening to Johnny.
I think it's this
Did you
woman.
see the hidden
Yeah,
poison jar on that
because she
bride?
has a
The
poison
bride on
jar.
the left is probably pretty dangerous. He should rule her out first. Jane and Brendan really didn't like each other. They were sharing a flat because they were short on money. What Brendan didn't know is that Jane had some evil plans. She planned on poisoning one of his meals, since she was the one that always prepared the food. One day, she cooked the same piece of meat for both of them. She cut it in half, ate her share, and gave him the other part. After he ate it, he started to feel really bad and was taken to the hospital. The question is, how did Jane manage to survive while Brendan got sick?
How did Jane manage to survive? Because she poisoned the other side, and she ate the right side. Let's just say, I'm not sure.
Jane put poison on one side of the knife, which was the piece she gave Brendan. Take a look at this image. Who do you think is being more careless here?
The first one, because she's not doing anything.
It's the girl on the right. She's almost falling out of the boat. She should move to the middle and help balance the weight. And what about in this image? Who do you think is being irresponsible here?
Both of them. I see it like both of them are being irresponsible. I came to my conclusion is the second woman, because that snake might bite her.
Let's see. It's the person on the right. The snake is too close to her face.
And
It
that
could hurt her. While
fence
the
is
crocodile is simply interested in the meal the man is feeding him. An old lady was shopping at the mall when she saw something strange. She looked at a woman all dressed in orange at the cashier and shouted that she was seeing a prisoner that must have just escaped from prison. The woman in orange felt really confused, called the police, and got the old lady kicked out of the mall. What exactly happened here? That must have just escaped from prison. The woman in orange felt really confused, called the police, and got the old lady kicked out of the mall. What exactly happened here?
because if you look in the other side, there is some jackets here, and maybe she bought that. So she is accusing her.
The woman was dressed in orange overalls. It was just a fashion trend, but the old lady mistook it for prison clothing. In a parallel reality where humans, witches, and all types of beings coexist, Jenny and Lawrence were playing hide and seek. They were inside a huge old mansion. Jenny spent hours looking for her friend until she stepped inside the study. There were footprints up until the middle of the room, and then they disappeared. The only window of the room was open. Take a look at the picture. Can you figure out what happened here?
The person might get out. Oh. That person got out by using the window, or maybe it, he was feeding a bird and then got lost. Maybe.
Lawrence was a shapeshifter. This explains why the footprints didn't reach the window. Plus, look at the bird food on the floor. He probably shapeshifted into a bird and escaped. Katie got lost in the... It was
Bye guys,
Livia,
and see
the little
you
girl.
in our next
She's hiding something in her...
video.
She's hiding...
Video.